week, obviously, after the offense struggled some against Kentucky. Where do you feel like this offense is? How do you feel like y'all played today? And where do you see maybe the biggest jump from last week, obviously, going into this week?
Yeah, I felt like we played well. Obviously, we got some things to work on execution-wise, but I thought we played well overall. We were able to move the ball down the field. We were able to sustain drives. So I think that was the biggest thing for us, was just being able to sustain drives, start fast like we did in the first half. That first drive, we were able to get down there and get points on the board. But like I said, we got some things to work on, and that's all right. We're gonna get in there tomorrow, practice, and get focused on Tennessee.
David Cloninger.
Luke, how is your foot feeling? I mean, it seems like you're pretty much just trying to stay away from running the ball or having designed runs.
Yeah, I mean, my foot feels fine. Obviously, still a little banged up, but 5 games into the season, everybody's banged up. So we just find a way to get out there and make plays. But I mean, I think as far as I'm concerned, I was able to sit back there and deliver the ball down the field. On sprint outs, we were able to take the edge, take the perimeter, and get the ball in space to our playmakers. So there were a few times where I could have stepped up and ran, but I trusted myself. I trusted the guys down the field to go make plays, and they did. So I think just going forward, that'll be an emphasis. It was an emphasis this week. If there was nothing there, then take off and run, get yardage with my feet, but. I felt like we were able to do a good job of just getting the ball down the field and to our playmakers.
Mike Uva.
Well, going off from that, because I know you're probably tired of us asking every week, how's the foot feeling? How's the foot feeling? But with that being said, naturally coming back from an injury like that, you're probably thinking a little bit of it when you're trying to make runs. Where are you in terms of just the mental aspect of it, of just going out there and being able to play like the way that you're accustomed to playing without having to actually think about that foot?
I think I'm pretty close. I've got a lot of confidence in it, just in the rehab that I've been doing each and every single day, the extra treatment that I go in and get in the afternoons. So I'm just continuing to build confidence, for myself, running the ball, running on it in general. And I like I said, I think I'm there. But it's a work in progress, as all injuries are. So I'm just going to keep getting better and keep getting it stronger.
Augusta Stone.
Hey, Luke, I wanted to ask about building up chemistry and getting to know E.J. Jenkins, and just what kind of teammate has he been for y'all? And then how great was it to see him, get a touchdown tonight, his first as a Gamecock?
Yeah. It's been awesome. Since he and Jason have got here, over the winter, I think it was February. Both of them, especially EJ, he just keeps his head down and he works. He does what he's asked. He does whatever we tell him to do, and he has a good heart about it. And he's a true team player. He wants everybody to succeed, and we want to see him succeed. So we put him in some situations tonight where he could go make plays and just play fast, and he did, and that was awesome to see.
Ben Portnoy.
Luke, I think you set marks, or at least South Carolina career, or for you, single game marks for completions, attempts, yards, all that good stuff. I guess, when's the last time you threw 34 passes in a game? And I guess how comfortable did it feel to sit back there and sling it around a little bit?
Yeah, I think probably since high school in Myrtle Beach's Hall fence. But, we talked about it all week and on Friday night, into this morning. Coach Satt just talked about dialing things up and pushing the ball down the field, and that's what we did. He said he was going to dial it up and put the ball out in space, and that's what he did. And we trust in him. We have all the faith and belief in him. So that's been awesome, and he's been great. So like I said, we have a lot of trust in everything that we do. All of our coordinators on the offensive side. That they put together a great plan each and every week, and it's just on us to go out there, play fast, and execute. And I felt like we did that tonight.
Hale.
Hey, Luke, I think 9 different receivers had a catch tonight, or tight ends, receivers, running backs. How nice is it to have that many different guys you can feel comfortable getting the ball to, as opposed to just, a couple here and there?
Yeah. I think that just goes to show the type of playmakers and the type of guys that we have on the offensive side. Every single guy on on our side is a playmaker, and that's what they do best. They go make plays. They get out in space and they just do what they do. And that, like I said, I think that just comes back to trusting your technique, playing fast, and just going out there and having fun. The biggest thing for us, like I said, talking in meetings and stuff all Friday, Saturday night, or Saturday morning, was just making it like recess. That was something that Coach Sapp brought up, was just going out there and playing like you were in the backyard or out in the schoolyard. Whenever you were in elementary school or middle school, just making it like recess. Going out there, don't think, just have fun. So I think our guys did that, and we had a lot of fun doing it.
Last one goes to Corey Diaz.
Luke, how opportune of an afternoon was it to really get the tight end position involved when you consider just some particular visitors that were in town today? How good was it for you guys to kind of show that?
Yeah, I think we did a good job of getting our tight ends in play a little bit more. Getting them some balls out in the flat, down the field, just showing really what we can do on offense, making a statement. And I felt like we did that, this afternoon and into the night. So I mean, I would think that that kind of puts it on display for them. Just the type of things that we're able to do with those guys because they are so versatile. They're athletes too. So we're pretty happy with their performance and just the way that they competed. So we're just going to keep finding ways to get them the ball and have them go make plays for us.
All right. Thank you, Luke. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
guys.
And that's a
Have a good
wrap from here.